Hello, hello, it's me, John, your movie madman, and I'm back. Today is very exciting. You have no idea how exciting today is going to be, because today we're talking about six films in one video, all by the same director. So that is quite exciting. I haven't got one of them, mainly because it's not out to buy yet, so I struggle. But today we're going to talk about the crazy mind of Ben Wheatley, who's a British director. I'm assuming he's British mainly because most of his films are English, so I'll go with that. I've got 5 films to show you, which are Kill List, Sightseers, A Field in England, High Rise, and Free Fire. And I'm also going to talk about In the Earth as well, which is his new one, but that's not out to buy yet, so I can't show you that because I haven't got it. Alright, sorry. Now, most of his films I quite enjoyed. Some of them are a bit weird, but I'm a bit weird, and I do like a bit of a weird film as well, so I was alright with that. So Kill List is about a man who has a list of people he needs to kill, and it's an 18. So pushing the boat out with the violence, it does get a bit messy. I don't want to go too much into it, but it does get a bit strange towards the end. I tell you that. He's like a hitman, or he used to be a hitman, and then he goes back to do one last job or something like that. I don't remember. I saw it ages ago and I've only seen it once, so maybe I could have rewatched it before I did this video, but I didn't, so sorry, I've been busy. Alright, Sightseers. Sightseers is a comedy. This guy here, you'll recognise him, he's in The World's End. He plays the policeman in The World's End, and this is Alice Lowe. She did that film about the pregnant woman whose baby's telling her what to do, or something weird like that. It was a bit of a weird film, but this is just about a couple that go on holiday and they keep accidentally killing people, which is quite funny, and then they start doing it on purpose, which is also quite funny. So don't annoy this couple because they might kill you. And then it gets a little bit weird towards the end. You'll find that a lot of Ben Wheatley's films either get a little bit weird towards the end, or they're just a little bit weird all the way through. Next you've got A Field in England, which is about this field that's in England. This is it's kind of a medieval set type film, I think. It was all in black and white, I remember that, and it gets a bit weird towards the end. Reece Shearsmith from the League of Gentlemen is in this one, as well as Michael Smiley, who you might remember as Tyres, the guy with the yellow hat in Spaced. Michael Smiley was also in Kill List as well. He's one of the main characters in that. So there's a little bit of a join-in. There is a little bit of a join-in with actors all the way through most of these films. Some of them have got similar actors in them. So, but yeah, again, this one gets a bit weird towards the end. In fact, this one's one of the ones that's a little bit weird all the way through. It's very arty this. I did notice there's a lot of scenes and shots of people just standing there staring at the camera, and you're just like, what's going on? And you just sat there wondering what's going on, and then the film just continues as normal, and you're just like, oh, alright. Yeah, bit of a weird one, this one. Then you got High Rise, which is a little bit weird towards the end. Now, to be fair, when I went into this, a lot of people were like, oh, High Rise is the worst film ever made, it's so poo. So I went into it thinking it was going to be pretty poo, and it wasn't that bad. I did fall asleep when I was watching it, but I was pretty tired. It's not because I thought the film was poo. So, all in all, I don't think I've seen 100% of this movie, but maybe one day maybe one day I'll sit down again and I'll watch it again. But from what I remember, from what I saw, it was alright. And it wasn't that weird. So, go with that. This is one of his ones that's not weird. So, and Tom Hiddleston's in it as well, so it can't be that bad. I'm pretty sure Reece Shearsmith's in this one as well. So yeah, it's another interesting one for you. Now this one, Free Fire, I'd probably say is my favourite Ben Wheatley movie. I only say that because it's the only one I've seen more than once. I've seen this film quite a few times actually. I just really enjoy it. The first time you watch it, you'll be a bit like, don't really understand what's going on. This is just basically people that meet in a garage to do some sort of arms deal that goes a bit wrong, and it just turns into a massive gun battle. But I mean, the film's about 90 minutes long, and I'd say about an hour of that is just people shooting at each other. So the first time you watch it, you'll just be a bit like, I'm not really sure what's going on. You can't really tell who's on whose side. But if you watch it a few more times, you will get what's going on. I understood it completely the second time I saw it, but Sharto Copley's in this, Michael Smiley's in this one as well, so he's back. You can probably see along the top there who's in it. It's quite a few famous people in this one. So if you like gun battles, if you like people just being shot constantly, and I think, without spoiling too much, I'm pretty sure the first guy that gets shot is one of the last guys to die. So it shows how realistic the film is. There's literally people getting shot all over the place, and even just because they're shot doesn't mean they're dead. It's one of those type of films, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it's really funny, it's really stupid, it's really over the top. I love stuff like that, and this is probably his only film that isn't a bit weird. So go with that. I'll probably say it's his only film that isn't a bit weird. Then we move on to In the Earth. Now I saw In the Earth in the cinema, and In the Earth made me think a little bit of the Blair Witch Project. It's a bit like the Blair Witch Project, but not at the same time. These guys go into the woods, and then they get lost or something, I don't remember. And then Reece Shearsmith's in it as well, and he finds them and he tries to help them, and then things get a little bit weird, and then the film goes on for a bit longer and the film gets a bit weirder, and it's generally quite a weird film. If you're epileptic, I wouldn't suggest watching In the Earth, because there's a lot of strobe lights in it. There's a lot of strobe lights in that film. I think Ben Wheatley got it a little bit confused with a nightclub in parts of that movie, because there's so much strobe lights in it, and you're just like, oh, imagine watching that in a dark cinema, and there's just strobe lights going off all over the place, and you're just like, oh. But yeah, I mean, all in all, Ben Wheatley's he's a good director for me. Of course, his films are a bit weird, but I ain't got a problem with that. He directs films very well, and considering he's English as well, when he gets a lot of my favourite British actors are in his films, so I quite like that as well. I love Free Fire, as I said. I look forward to watching In the Earth again when I buy it, when it's out, but it's not even a release date for it yet, so I can't really get you excited about that. So yeah, I mean, if you like a little bit of cinematography and cinematic looks to films, or just a little bit of a strange story, then Ben Wheatley's definitely someone that you wanna look into. Yeah, most of them have got a little bit of a funny edge to them, as in a laughing funny edge, not like a funny in the head edge, although some of them have got a bit of a funny in the head edge as well, so a bit of everything for you in there. Bit of horror, bit of action, bit of comedy, bit of thrillering. I'd say he's definitely a director that you want to check out, in my opinion. If my opinion counts, I don't know. So, I've got up to 62 subscribers now, so that's exciting. Nearly up to that 69. It's going to be a big video, that 69 subscribers. That's going to be a big video, that, talking about my top 69. It's going to be a long video, or probably split into more than one, as I've said before. But I'm going to poo off, so enjoy the rest of your evening, I guess. and I'll see you again later. I will. Will.